round tripping. And later on the show, NNPCL Retail denies planning fresh petrol hike. I'll be hanging out with Babajide Kolade, Otitoju, and Olayinka Oyebile. Thank you for staying with us. Jide, what's up with our people in FCT? We had a show last week and we talked about a minister being appointed from the FCT for the first time, and you were talking about the situation with the FCT before the creation. It's as if that did not get well with the indigenous of the FCT, our viewers.
Yes, we were discussing their demand that the president should make the FCT minister, should make the indigenous of FCT
the minister.
I then said that by nature man is Oliver Twist. That for the first time
we're having
they have a minister of FCT instruction. Now they want that minister to be in charge of FCT, and I said the president reserves the right to make anyone
from any part of the country
minister of FCT. And I then talked about the fact that FCT by conception belongs to every Nigerian.
Yeah.
By conception. I then talked about the fact that when Muritala regime took the decision to find a new federal capital for Nigeria, the argument was that Lagos is at the coast, that is militarily dangerous, to have a federal capital at this location and all that. So they decided to find a new federal capital. So, and Abuja, the center of the country, was their choice. The committee was led by the eminent jurist Akinola Aguda. Yes. And I remember saying something then that compensation was paid to the people who were
yes, and
relocated. I then said that could it be, I added that could it be that compensation was not paid to everybody. Now, the fact that I have garnered from that program from historians and from even FCT indigenous who are not simply out to abuse people once you disagree with them, is that not everybody was paid compensation. Yes. And that Obasanjo in fact said that it was impossible
for government to compensate
to pay everybody, So if some of them now are angry that I gave the impression that everybody had been paid, I think they are right to be angry with me, because if you fail to pay everybody, then the whole...
claim.
Yes, of course. The whole idea has been corrupted.
That you didn't... Well settled.
From the conception, it was a perfect idea to have a federal capital located in the heart of the country. It was a good idea. But just like many things that our government does, it will be beautiful on paper, but execution will be horrible.
Yes.
If the execution had been perfectly done, I don't think that some of the arguments that we're having today and this anger will be happening. I have nothing against
the
FCT people. They should stop. Those of them who think that, oh, he hates us, this and that.
No.
I've been a champion for minorities in our country. They should go back and watch some of the episodes. And abusing people on social media because on a particular day you didn't like what he said about you, it's not the right thing, because the same person who failed to praise you today may praise you tomorrow.
We are even going to give them a kind of right of reply on journalists.
Of course, some of the hidden things Nigerians will be able to know.
Their representative,
the extent to which
with our colleague Somna Sambo, so that their representative will come and
Nigerians will know the extent to which they were compensated and why they continue to agitate. For me, I see the FCT as a Nigerian state. That's the way it should be treated.
That's the concept.
Give them their governor, give them everything that belongs to Nigerian states. Don't treat them like something that is that does not matter. You know, the FCT today is a symbol of the prosperity of our country. Everyone goes there, and we are proud of FCT the way it is. But the rights of the FCT people have to be taken care of the indigenous. I am not against that, and those who think I'm against that, they are the ones who are ignorant. They need to know that.
Okay. So, come Sunday, we'll give a representative of the FCT to come and shed more light on this. Let's begin with another sad tale in our prolonged battle against insecurity as a country. Bandits kill about 13 soldiers in Niger State, while the Nigerian Air Force lost helicopter during evacuation of casualties. A statement issued by the spokesperson of the Nigerian Air Force, Air Commander Edward Gabwat, said the aircraft crashed in Chukuba village in Shiroro local government area of the state, while preliminary investigation has commenced to ascertain the cause of the air mishap. Let's share updates about the crash with you.
The helicopter was en route Kaduna on an evacuation mission from Zungeru Primary School after evacuating bodies of soldiers killed in a Sunday afternoon attack. It later crashed near Chukuba village in Shiroro local council, one of the most affected areas by bandits. There was a resurgence of attacks in the last 8 days around Wushishi, Munya and Kotungura axis. The Niger State Emergency Management Agency reported that about 1,000 persons have been displaced by these attacks, and some are currently in temporary IDP camps in some primary schools in Kotungura. The Nigerian Air Force said efforts are ongoing to rescue the crew and passengers on board the helicopter that crashed, while preliminary investigations have commenced to determine the probable cause of the crash, although local sources in the village said the aircraft was shot down by one of the bandits' camps. No details yet regarding the details of persons on board the aircraft. The Niger State Governor Umaru Bago has also condoled the Nigerian Air Force over the incident and promises continual support to complement their efforts in combating terrorism.
For some time, we've been complaining about the activities of terrorists in Niger State and that Shiroro local government area. That we said it on our previous edition of
Rafi, Shiroro, Munya, they are local governments where banditry happens again and again and again, and they still attack places like Ontagura and Wushishi. It's a very big state, and because of its size, there's ample space for these guys to hide. If you look at Niger, you look at Zamfara, some of the local governments in those states are bigger than some states in our country. So for this reason, they have ample space where they can hide and terrorize our people. So I would have expected that at least the terror that these guys represent in the Zungeru area will have been, and Shiroro will have been addressed. But for years now, we've not been able to exterminate them from those areas. And before Shekau died, he actually relocated some of his men to Niger State. In fact, the last Salah celebration that he had, he announced by releasing pictures of his men in the heart of Niger State.
We're not sure of what happened to that aircraft.
No, you see, the investigations are on. It is not every aircraft that comes down in enemy territory that comes down as a result of enemy fire.
Yeah.
It may not, it may have come down as a result of lack of pressure or mechanical issue. But the unfortunate thing is, this happened when it was trying to evacuate I'm not sure this is the picture of the aircraft. Oh, okay. The aircraft is not, the helicopter is not fitted with guns. Yeah. So it's not for combat. It's for troop insertion, and it functions as an ambulance. You can use it to drop troops at a location where you want them to fight, and also as an air ambulance. I've done some work on that particular helicopter before.
Let's quickly take this breather. We'll be right back after this timeout.
In today's world, our lifestyle, both at work and at play, depends on connectivity. Our connectivity depends on the devices that make it possible, and these devices depend on electric power. When power fails, our life shrinks, our work drops, and our joy dips. JRB Solar Energy Systems are here to ensure that we enjoy uninterruptible power, uninterruptible joy. Whether you're running a business, an institution, or just a home you return daily to rest, JRB has got you covered. No project is too big for our super digital inverters, long-lasting batteries, and efficient solar panels. Go. Dream on. Change your world. JRB solar inverters, batteries, solar panels, solar streetlights, and more. Telephone 0906 752 1111. Email sales@jrbsolar.com. With JRB, the sun's gonna shine on everything you do.
Never miss a moment. Instant breaking news from all over the globe. Live streaming of your favorite programs delivered directly to you. Watch anytime from anywhere on your mobile or smart devices. Download the TVC News app today. Available on Google Play and Apple Store.
Thank you for staying with us. At the point in time, I think Jide was this.
Yes, and I said there are some helicopters that can be used for troop insertion, used as air ambulance, and at the same time engage the enemy on ground, like the Chinook helicopters of the U.S. Army, U.S. Air Force, for example. You can play those roles, you know. In this case, this one is just for troop insertion and evacuation.
Air ambulance.
Yeah, air ambulance. So it can function. It's very roomy, you know.
Okay. So this is the particular.
Yes.
Maybe our producer will just give us kind of ambient sound.
I'm familiar with all of those helicopters. I have flown with the Air Force in some of them. You know? So you can see it is roomy.
Yeah.
They even took me into the cockpit.
And this thing is very thick.
The armor is very thick. So to bring down this helicopter, they must have used, if it was indeed fired at, they must have used, what is it called?
Anti-aircraft.
Anti-aircraft
So
gun.
these guys have this capability.
They have always had anti-aircraft. They use it on troops, you know.
But for now, that cannot be ascertained yet because they need to.
The thick armor protects the pilot.
So,
He was pointing at the.
Just ordinary AK-47 might not.
No. But we are not sure.
I'm not sure how
not
it
sure.
came down.
You can see the inside. The former president really helped the Air Force acquiring some of.
As former President Muhammadu Buhari.
Yes. You know.
And of course, you see that the bandits would like to claim credit for saying that, but until the investigation is done and confirmed what happened, we cannot say that
they shot it down.
They shot it down. It could have been a mechanical fault or pressure, lack of pressure or whatever. But it's one of those things that happen. It's very unfortunate that it's happening. Accident happen.
Yes.
So
it's part of the risk.
It's part of the reason.
Every time
very
a pilot,
unfortunate.
a
Yeah.
fighter pilot or a helicopter pilot gets into the cockpit, it could be his last flight.
Yes.
Anything can happen.
It's very unfortunate.
So the accidents happen. I've seen even U.S. Air Force fighter jet crash at the point of landing. We had successfully executed the mission, just got to the point of
the
landing.
landing and the taking off is usually
That's when they
most,
caught fire. So
Olanga, you'd be worried that these guys might be kind of regrouping. Because after a while, it's as if we felt that we are winning the war. We feel we are winning the war, and there's a tendency for complacency.
That is the word. In fact, what this has shown is that troops must be rallied and let everybody know that it is not Eureka yet. Yeah, it's not yet Uhuru. We must, from time to time, get everything ready. Because the way this has happened now, in fact, yesterday, the first news of it I heard was that it crashed. So I said, it was later on when we now heard about the issue of bandits killing soldiers and said, this again? Are we back on this same route again? So the service chiefs must rally their troops and also build their confidence that, look, accident do happen, we know, but we are doing everything possible to make sure that things like this don't happen again. It is easy talking about this, but those whose families are involved are the ones that feel the pain. The young man that was killed in Maiduguri the last time, or several of them who have been killed, their families are still missing them today. So now we need to make sure that whatever time this is going to happen, whether it is a jet that will fly the helicopter or whatever, or even arming our troops, it is better to overarm them than underarm them. So that when they are well prepared and they go there, they meet a less force, we know that, okay, but not in a situation where they are going, the helicopter, the aircraft, or whatever weapon they are going to be used must be top of the grade. This is very important because we can't afford to be losing people again at this point. We thought that they have been degraded, but with what is happening now, it seems as if they are regrouping and we shouldn't go back to that time again.
We need to be careful. As in, for these guys, Niger, Zamfara.
No, I've been saying that, look, anytime you think that you have won the battle, these guys always have a surprise on their sleeve for you. And it is terrorists now. These ones are not just the ordinary bandits. They have morphed with the bandits, but they are terrorists by training. They are terrorists. So you just have to be conscious of the fact that you cannot relax. They can strike anytime, So we must not be complacent. Even in Borno State, they've been carrying out some attacks lately. In Banki, they killed some of our soldiers who are escorting people, traders who are moving from one town to another. There's always a long convoy.
Yes.
So just people can't travel unless there is sufficient escort. Yes, they were ambushed. Even a trailer loaded with cement was set ablaze. I saw the video of our soldiers who were killed in Rafi. They were in an hospital. We took them inside an hospital. It was a terrible thing, even looking at them. some shot in the head, direct shot to the head. So this threat is still there. We must realize that the threat is still there, no matter how well we are doing. And the enemy does not give up easily. The enemy does not give up easily.
Of them, they are just too...
Whether thousands of them have surrendered or not.
No, it is not.
We must never think that the enemy has given up.
Yeah.
So let's not relax. I always say this. People will think that, oh, one is reluctant to praise when we need to praise this. But the enemy has not been defeated.
Oh.
Until something that happened like Tamil Tigers.
Yes.
Until what happened in Sri Lanka, I can see it. They killed them literally to the last fighter.
The last fighter.
And everyone can see that
everything
the terrorism in Sri Lanka came to an end. Until we see that, we must not relax.
We must not relax.
They will be planning the next attack.
Yes.
Look at, even in Zamfara, the attacks have not stopped. I was telling you about some places that I visited last August. The people demonstrated now that, look, the area is no longer safe. So I can't even go back to some of those places now in Zamfara. So the situation has not come down. I read a story of the governor visiting a village that was attacked, where they just kill people anyhow. But when you interview politicians, they will say, Zamfara is now safe. Absolute liars. There's nothing like that. There's still so much threat to the lives and well-being of our people. So we have to bear that in mind.
All right. To the consternation of many Nigerians, the Naira continues its free fall against the dollar at both official and e-window and the parallel markets, with the arbitrary gap now at 206 Naira per dollar, thereby enabling round-tripping. In the face of this, the acting governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, Fola Shonubi, warned that government will crack down on currency speculators involved in shady deals in the foreign exchange markets, including the parallel markets. We've seen this downfall of the Naira, just been going, and I don't know what you can do to actually save the Naira. And it's becoming worrisome. We're close to 1,000. We're close to $1 to 1,000 Naira. Very close now.
Yes. The biggest concern for me is not even that. It's the gap between the parallel market and the official market.
After the float.
The gap, initially the gap was very narrow. But the gap is now like 206. And the wider the gap, the greater the incentive for round-tripping, for speculation, for making money without working for it. So the whole idea of the convergence of the rates is to take away that undue advantage.
Has always been there.
That ensures that people will take dollars from the unofficial, from the official, and then go and sell in the black market. Now, even now, because the I and E window that has been created, which is where everybody should trade, the Naira declined there as well. That can happen, it fluctuates.
Yes.
But for it to fluctuate to the point, for the illiquidity to get to the point that the parallel market will now be around 958, whereas it's 700 and something in
then the purpose of floating is defeated.
So definitely people can still take dollars from that I and E market and go directly, because once they see the margin, once they see the gap, they will know, I can make money if I take this. That was what they were trying to put an end to by creating that I and E window, import and export window. But now the old aim is being defeated. 206
Naira.
Naira is a very wide margin. If, for example, the margin is just like 10 Naira or even 4 Naira,
Yeah.
there will be, the incentive will not be great for them to
it won't be,
do round trip. I've always said that the Naira, our hunger for the dollar is an unusual one. It is fueled by a lot of corruption and speculation.
Yeah.
People steal from government
Change it.
and get paid in dollars. What you did not work for, somebody just gives you 1 billion. You get 1 billion from a deal after defrauding the country. Whatever rate they tell you,
You would
because it is cheap money, cheap
Yes.
naira at your disposal. Whatever rate they tell you, you agree to buy.
Yeah.
That is what we are.
That is what is happening.
So I don't know how government intends to do it, but they have to find a way. If we do not bridge this gap again, we'll be in trouble. There's so much excess fund in the system, and it's encouraging all this.
Just reading the preliminary report from the probe of the Central Bank of Nigeria and yesterday on Guardian, and I was like, what? That even National Assembly members, even people that you don't expect, that under the administration of Emefiele.
The issue is that when you fail to punish people, this is what happens. If I do something and I get away with it, you will be encouraged to do it. Another person will be encouraged to do it. But if I get punished, people will be discouraged in doing it.
But up there that can access the official rates.
That is what I'm saying. Look, and that is what is happening in our system. The acting central bank governor warning that government will crack down on currency speculation. You don't need to warn anybody, because by giving the warning, you are telling them that I'm coming after you. Then they will look for a way to escape your net. So the best thing is, immediately you find them out, punish them. But in Nigeria, we don't punish.
Because people invest.
Let me tell you, during the first term of President Muhammadu Buhari, some people were arrested and they were accused of benefiting from the so-called subsidy. I remember very clearly a son of one of the former chairman of the PDP was among them. What has happened to them? Nothing. So if you know people who are doing this thing and you cannot punish them, it is an incentive for others to do the same thing. It's like you run an office, or even in your small family in the home. One of your children does something wrong, you don't punish him or her. The other one will do the same thing. In case you want to punish him or her, you say, but so person did it, you didn't do anything to him or her. So why me? So it is because we don't. In reading that report, it is not as if names are not attached to all this flouting of the others. The names were there, traditional rulers, senators, whatever, and so on and so forth. It's because these people are not punished. That is why it is happening. A company will ask for $1 million or $1 billion that they want to import or buy, they will get it. They will use half of that to do what they said they needed the money to do, and use the remaining for other things. They will find them out, but nothing happens to them. And that is the crux of the matter. The moment you fail to punish offenders, you are encouraging others to do it. And it is what has brought us to the present pass. Because people who have defrauded the country have not been punished. We've heard of so many names that have been banded. I'm holding this sheet. I have names of 45 or 25 governors or senators who have defrauded this country. We are going to probe them. You will never hear anything about it again. And that is where we are today.
Julie, in spite of the war against corruption under the last administration, when you look at this probe, when you look at this review, you begin to say that, man,
That's why on Sunday, I asked the question. I was asking Dr. Muda Yusuf, I said, who permitted the exposure to JP Morgan to the tune of about $13 billion? Who permitted it? And when they are talking about what Nigeria was owing, you know, there was no time that they listed it among our debts. Now it's a debt you have to pay. $13 billion. Who permitted it? There was a lot of impunity. Let's tell ourselves the truth. We sit here, we don't know some of what was going on. We didn't know. And it was never listed. And that was why under Emefiele, they refused to audit the CBN account. They were just doing things the way they wanted.
The EFCC chairman.
These things were happening. Who permitted that kind of exposure?
Everybody kept quiet.
13 billion. And they will not list it among the debt that Nigeria was owing. Today, we realize that that is a debt that we have to pay. So many things happen in government because people who have no business being in government, a lot of them get into the government just simply to line their pockets and make their children rich. What they are stealing, they fail to realize that they may never have the lifetime to even enjoy that money.
It's not a question of may. They will not even have it.
Because I don't want to
arrest some of them. They will start having
you see, my brother. If I swear at them, they will say Jide has come.
No,
I swore to God.
It's not a cause.
They said, he's been swearing.
No.
Oh, he swore to God that somebody won the election. It's not their business. So maybe it's between me and my God. If I am wrong, if the person didn't win, I'm the one that God will punish. If I'm convinced about something, I can swear. It's not your business. But they made it such an issue, you know, that even somebody who... See, if I say something now, let me leave that person.
You know what?
It became an issue for that person.
Let me say something.
Because that person that became an issue to is a social climber.
Most of them.
A journalist.
Most of them are.
A journalist who is a social climber. A social climber just wants to, because he knows that he cannot get to your level, he wants to bring you down. Those are social climbers. So I just look at them, you know, birds of passage in our profession who were wearing suits of Asian material, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the Asians too, they are doing lace.
Yeah.
And we know if you want to buy lace, you know where to go. The Asians have started doing
adire now. Yes.
The adire that the governor of Ogun State was complaining about. Their own adire will never be as good as that of Abeokuta.
No,
Asians are coming up with even textile materials. Those people will go and sew suits with Asian material, and they will be posturing like the nicest thing since the cure for COVID.
You know what? One thing that has become clear is this. What we are hearing now, or what we are seeing now, is because it is the way it is. If it were to
the administration of Jonathan Goodluck was the ultimate.
That's where I'm going. That's where I'm going.
We have not seen the worst.
If it had been an opposition party that is in power now,
around CBN like that,
and you will have seen because there are so many fleas that are being covered up, all because we don't want to expose.
I read that report. I couldn't finish it. Just got it on Monday.
No, if you feel a high sense of revulsion,
I was like,
there are some things that you can never do.
In this same country, where people are crying.
Rate,
see,
over 133 million.
Just as you said, you ask yourself, do these people think they have so many lives? Because what do you do with money? You eat, you drink, you carry, you drive a nice car and so on. When you sleep in a room, you can't sleep in 7 rooms in 7 days because people will think you are mad. If you
Well,
have a
that's
room,
what
you
be
sleep
mad.
on
Yeah, of course,
Monday,
that will be
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday,
Yes.
Friday. They will think you are mad. So
are
now,
moving
why
from-
do you
something-
then
something is
spend
running
It's
after
a,
you.
it's a typical kind of madness.
So why do you
You'll be
then
sleeping
spend,
from room to room.
and you cannot eat beyond your belly? You
No, in
can't
fact,
get two cars at the same
the
time.
more you grow up,
Your appetite.
I found that out recently. Yes.
the less
The less you eat,
the less food you eat.
because if you eat too much, you
You
are
won't even
swallowed.
be able to eat it because your intestines will
So
have been
what
shrinking.
then are they doing with this money?
Billions upon billions.
They think they have many lifetimes.
You build
There's
a
one
house
lifetime for
you
a
know
person.
you will never live in. These same people
You
are
have to
talking
go to
about.
Abuja and see houses
Yes.
unoccupied.
They have houses in Abuja. They have
have
in New
housing
York, They have
deficits.
in
You have huge
UK,
housing
they have
deficit.
in Paris. And
Yet people have houses that they are not occupied.
Asokoro,
It's just there.
Maitama,
Asokoro.
unoccupied.
They just use it to tie down money.
And these same people will go to church or
Money
to
laundering.
mosque and say it is only 6 feet. We are all the same. Yet,
So-
immediately they leave that place, they've forgotten. Stealing your country blind,
Oh man.
making other people rich.
Let me tell you,
13
even this
billion or 31 billion.
this are dollar thing. If they start searching people's houses,
Oh,
the tons of dollars that they will find.
we've been
Why
more in
did
Nigeria than in
Goodluck
the
Jonathan's
US.
wife? Why did her case cause so much stir? Because others don't take the money to the bank, and the woman decided to keep her dollars in the bank.
Yes.
Used other people to open the account
Yes.
and collected their ATMs. EFCC began probing her. Others don't use the bank.
No.
They simply dig somewhere in their rooms,
Their home.
strong rooms, and just keep money.
Some
You know,
will
keep the money
provide,
there.
air conditioning facilities.
I so that
tell you that
quality
in
will not.
Nigeria today, there are more dollars in people's hand than in the United States of America, where they own the money. No! Because people
Elevated exaggeration.
No, you know why I'm saying this? They keep their money in banks, but we don't keep our own. That's what I meant. Will you go to a politician's house and see $20 million?
The system permits the level of stealing
Exactly.
that allows
That's what I
this
meant.
corruption to take place. Somebody was telling me that a man wanted to buy a house, and he said he wanted to pay cash. He had 1 billion. So the person said, "You can't give me 1 billion in cash now. You can't give me 1 billion in cash, for God's sake." He said, "That's what he has."
1 billion in cash.
Yes. Maybe somebody kept 4 billion in a house. Have you forgotten? You know,
I once went to an
1 billion,
American
4 billion in cash was once kept in someone's house.
and bought a laptop. Then it was
4
laptop
billion.
was not
They
very
counted it 4 billion
exactly.
in this country. Now, if you have 4 billion and you are telling yourself, this thing is just occupying unnecessary space, I want to use the rooms where I kept this money. You then convert to dollars. When you convert to dollars, it will come in
It
just
will shrink.
maybe a few small bags.
Yes,
You know,
that is it.
you've settled. That is why the dollar is so attractive to our people. And the way people, if you go to South Africa today, you cannot buy the dollar just anywhere.
No,
You
That's
go
the
to
reason
you
why I was
enter the
saying
bureau de
that they
change.
have
You enter the bureau de
more
change.
dollar at
They
home
will
in
take your
Nigeria than
passport.
in the US,
They
the home of
will,
dollar.
they will have a record.
a record. Your passport, your everything. You
Yes,
have your record.
it's in our country that you can go anywhere and buy.
I can have $200,000 now and go to any malam.
By the
you change
street.
it.
Even in communities where we didn't have them before, we now have them.
Everywhere, even in my
Go to Baga now. In the past,
in
we were
my
not
far
in Baga.
beyond
Yeah.
Otadea, they are there.
In front of airport.
Inside Akute, we didn't have them. We now have them.
Yes.
At Shaga,
Yeah.
we didn't have them. If you are going, they will be
You
signaling to
dollar,
you.
dollar.
I mean, it's a shame of a
They are
country.
there now.
It's a shame of a country. You cannot buy anything with dollar in South Africa,
No.
except in the duty-free shops.
Duty free shops, yes. But here,
So he will not take. Promise him anything, he will not take it. I tried it. I said, but I don't have enough of your currency, and I'm traveling today.
tell you
He
go
said,
to-
no, I can't take it. I can't take it. He refused.
they tell you to go to the
He
duty-free
refused.
shop.
All right, and finally, whatever goes up must come down. So says the law of gravity. But the pump price of petrol has defied this law in Nigeria amid outcry about another hike in pump price of petrol. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, has denied such plan. The NNPCL said it has no intention to increase the pump price, despite rumor that the price will rise to about 720 naira per litre if the dollar continues to trade for 910 to 950 naira at the parallel markets. Babajide, yes, I don't believe in NNPC because it's not in their hand.
That was what I was telling.
Not in their hand.
I was telling a younger
marketers are bringing this.
People think that
I don't believe
it's NNPC that is fixing NNPC's retail wing. Let people get us right. The NNPCL's retail wing can fix prices for what it sells. They have hundreds of those ones. Yes, those their stations. They will fix prices for those ones. That is what they are talking about.
How many are they?
You know, that's what they are talking about. But in our country, independent marketers have far more filling stations than major marketers, than NNPC. Yes. So the truth of subsidy removal is that it has taken away government's control.
Yes. Any attempt to control it.
It has taken, that means you brought back subsidy.
Yeah.
That is what people,
a lot of people do.
I was reading where it said NNPC says they will not, I said, that it will not increase price. It is not federal government that is increasing price.
At all.
It is just their own retail wing. And I go back and read the statement issued by NNPCL. You know, they said their retail wing. That means if you are buying from us,
yes,
we are not increasing now.
That does not affect.
So, but the others, because it's not a deregulated sector. Others, maybe they source their dollars from the parallel market.
Yeah.
Maybe they couldn't get dollars from the I&E window.
Yeah.
As long as that is the situation, there is no way. In fact, one of the reasons this price is this high is the dollar component of the pricing. There is no way that the naira will be unstable the way it is, and we think that it will not affect pricing. Of course, it will affect pricing because it will increase the landing costs. If we can produce from here, definitely we can take away
the pressure.
Some of the pressure, and the
thing will be cheaper. By NNPC,
you know, that is where we are now going to take a look down.
You can see there is still we at NNPC retail.
Who should?
How many mega stations do they have?
Who should
across Lagos?
Who should put a control into this? You know that Kenya has backed down on its own on this fuel subsidy.
Yes, I was reading it.
Yes, Kenya has backed down. The government has...
People took to the streets.
There is no way government can wash its hand off this issue. There is nowhere in the world that living is not subsidized. Especially, you know, before now, they were saying that, no, if we remove subsidy in petrol, it will not affect the common man. It is the... Who are the people crying now? We still see all those expensive vehicles driving around. University of Ibadan has reduced work days for its staff. So, if you say staff should come to school to work 3 times in a week, are you saying that lectures too will? So we are already complaining about our education is falling, our work ethic are falling, and so on and so forth. With this, companies are reducing work hours, they are reducing work days. And what we have, the government has to come in. I agree. We might say that it's not in government, but the government is. You look, the buck stops at the government table.
You know what I think government can do?
Yes.
Government has to find a way to keep the exchange rate stable.
Yes,
That is the business of government. It is not the...
If
Make
it
sure
is, because the exchange rate in South Africa, for example, is always stable.
Yeah.
Their major earner is not petrol.
No.
It is gold and diamond.
Yes.
And you know, gold and diamond
They have a
do
way...
not suffer the kind of volatility that we experience with the crude oil, crude oil market, global market. So it's usually stable. It's usually stable. It allows people to be able to plan. If, for example, if it's stable on like 700, for example, we know that, okay, it's 700. But these fluctuations and the fact that it's not enough to go around, will push some of the marketers to go. Now, some of them are even saying they don't want to import,
because if they import now and they can't go back, so there's problem.
Some of them say they don't want to back out of importation because the dollar is not sufficient. It's not enough to go around every investor that plans to bring in stuff. So if they can fix the value of our currency, if they can do their best to keep it stable, then we will not experience some of this problem. The acting CBN governor said that they are working on that.
Arrests.
You have to, at some point, you have to step in.
Exactly. You can't leave it.
Yes, even
You can't.
we were subsidizing the market before. We have withdrawn subsidy from the market and we have saved money. I think they said that they've saved
1 trillion or...
I'm talking about the foreign exchange.
Okay, the foreign exchange.
They've saved some billions of dollars. I don't have because we were massively subsidizing at 400 and something.
Yeah.
Economists like even Wale Edun have said that the naira, the real value should be around 700, 750 or thereabout. But we were selling it at 440, 460. That means we are heavily subsidizing it. Now we stopped that and we have been able to save some money. But
Going to 9.
But we cannot permit it to get to even 800. It should not be permitted to get to 800.
You know, the thing is that in all this that we are talking about, the man on the street is not saying the central bank governor. He's saying the president. He's saying the APC.
Yes.
And it is easy. People will compare that. Even the other government that we complain about is not as worse as this. Whether the world, the condition of the world has changed to make it so, nobody wants to care because you told us that you could do it better. That's why you are there. So the president needs to assemble his crack team and see, there's no need to talk about any. What do we do? Let all hands be on deck. We must tackle this
slide.
It is, I mean,
no, they have to address.
In fact, you even know that so many kids are coming out, hope renewed, hope this, hope. So the president has a lot of stake.
Because they are calling it renewed shiggy.
So
but you see, the truth is, we were warned that it will be difficult.
Yes,
it will be difficult.
We were warned. People know that, but all the same,
we can't go back to.
It's like you telling your child that, look, things are hard. And when it comes to time to eat food, you say there's no food. Yes, I agree that the things are hard, but I must eat. So that's the...
No story.
No story.
Wow.
Things must be...
My own feeling is that at the rate we are going with the subsidy, I will never agree with anyone who says we should go back to it. Never.
No, but what has happened to those who caused it? They should be punished. If you can't punish them, then you punish the whole populace.
No, how to punish them for subsidy?
For stealing our money.
No, it's not. The problem is not for the stealing. the policy itself.
Yeah,
The policy itself.
Sustain it to this.
When the so-called subsidy has been removed now, the level of consumption has come down. In fact, we are getting to a level where we can say a realistic level of consumption.
Right.
But in those days, when they tell you that we consume 1 million liter in a month, you pay them that subsidy. Next month, it will become 1.5 million.
Yes, I know.
You pay them, it will become. So where are all these excesses going to?
Blind.
The companies that are getting those monies and the individuals that are getting those money, what has happened to them? You can't punish them. Then you say, because I can't punish a thief, then I must punish. In law,
No, it's not. No one is saying that.
In law, it is better to allow a criminal to go than kill innocent people, because you get to kill to the criminal another day.
If we bring back subsidy,
whether
the smuggling and all that made help the thing to be that big.
then what are the security agencies doing?
They can't man all our borders.
I don't want to think about it.
They can't man.
It's a devil's game. But
How come Americans are unable to stop the Mexicans the way they stream into America?
Listen.
but they cobbed it.
Are sophisticated.
In our own case, we have not been able to cope. That's the problem.
They can't stop. It's not everything that security agents can do.
Anyway,
All right. I want to thank you. Olayinka.
can you give me a minute, please? Okay. Now, Babajide, Professor Toyin Falola asked me to present this book to you. You are one of those who wrote the blog. Professor Toyin Falola is a professor of humanities at the University of Texas at Austin. And he said he's a very addicted fan of Journalist Hangout. So he said I should present it to you.
Citizenship and the diaspora in digital age.
Yeah, I'm grateful to him. This is Werogi's picture in front. I know that he approached me.
He addressed you as Prof.
He approached me when he wanted to write this book to make my contributions, and I made my contributions. I'm happy that he has
printed the book eventually.
Yes, and,
thank you.
And donated a copy to me.
Okay, Professor Falola from Austin, Texas.
Yes.
Falola, thank you. We have a lot of fans. Anyway, Texas,
a lot.
Houston, Austin, Dallas, everybody are there. So, I want to thank you. And that's our offering on Journalist Hangouts today. Join us tomorrow for another episode of the program. You can watch the repeat broadcast tonight at 11 p.m. Join us this Sunday from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. for Journalist Hangout on Sunday. We're on YouTube, youtube.com/TVC News Nigeria. I'm Ayodele Zuba.
Care for skills. Care for choice. Care for fans. Care for dreams. Care for goals. Here for celebrations. Whether she's playing or watching the beautiful game, we're here for her. Here for all 64 matches of the FIFA Women's World Cup 2023. Live on Supersport. Get and stay connected.
The following is a paid presentation by ShopX TV.
Do you spend the night trying to get comfortable? Your knees rub bone on bone. Your back and hips ache. You wake up in pain? Not anymore. ShopX TV is proud to introduce the Contour Legacy Pillow, the patented, ergonomically designed tapered leg pillow that naturally fits the contours of your legs, knees, and thighs to help align your spine and alleviate pain. Watch, when you sleep on your side, your leg falls forward, twisting your pelvis and lower back, putting pressure on your spine, hip, and sciatic. But the Contour Legacy Pillow cushions your knees and cradles your legs, relieving stress on joints while restoring your lower back alignment. Sleeping on your side, your leg comes over and puts you out of alignment, causing lower back pain, hip pain, even knee pain. By using the Contour Legacy Pillow, it restores the natural alignment of the spine, helping to alleviate pain and pressure, leading to much more restful sleep. Old-fashioned leg pillows are bulky, but the anatomical design of the Legacy Pillow fits perfectly the shape of your body the way nature intended. You can even use two together for full leg alignment. Legacy Pillow is exclusively ventilated, so it always stays cool and dry. With top crescent design, it cuddles up to you perfectly and easily moves with you. Ordinary pillows go flat, but the Legacy Pillow is made up of soft memory foam, so it never loses its shape and the cover is machine washable. The Contour Legacy Pillow is now available in Nigeria, exclusively from ShopEx TV. You could be paying up to 500,000 naira for an orthopedic bed that doesn't properly support your spine. But call the number on your screen now and get 2 Legacy leg pillows for just 69,900 naira. And get relief from back and hip issues. But wait! If you call now, we'll upgrade you to the Contour Better Sleep Collection. The collection comes with 2 Contour Legacy leg pillows and 2 Contour Cool Gel head pillows at no extra charge. The Contour Cool Gel head pillows' soothing orthopedic support will cradle your head and neck for full alignment, while keeping you cool all through the night for the best sleep of your life. Incredible! That's 2 Contour Legacy pillows and 2 Cool Gel head pillows for just 69,900 naira. And that's not all. Place your order now and we'll also deliver your Contour Better Sleep collection with no shipping charge. But hurry! This is an exclusive ShopEx TV offer and only available for a limited period. So, call now while stock lasts. Your rest is your wealth.
The proceeding was a paid presentation brought to you by ShopEx TV.
Never miss a moment. Instant breaking news from all over the globe. Live streaming of your favorite programs delivered directly to you. Watch anytime from anywhere on your mobile or smart devices. Download the TVC News app today. Available on Google Play and Apple Store.
At TVC News, wherever the big news story is happening, we're geared up to break it. TVC News, first with breaking news.
Taraba is not called nature's gift to the nation for nothing. There are several landmarks and natural endowments serving as tourist haven. It's home to more than 40 tribes and languages that have existed for centuries. Get to know more about these resources and how Governor Darius Ashaku is harnessing them to bring greater developments to the state on Discover Taraba.
Hello everyone, it's day 78 of President Bola Tinubu's administration and we're back monitoring developments in his first 100 days in office. Thanks for joining us on the program. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. In what seems a swift reaction to the threat by NLC to declare a total indefinite nationwide shutdown of the country, President Bola Tinubu has now assured that the pump price of petrol will not be increased, despite speculations about a possible hike due to the landing cost of premium motor spirit. The president also emphasized that the policy of deregulation will continue to be implemented by his administration, as no single entity will be allowed to control the market. Special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, told State House correspondents that the president acknowledges the inefficiencies in the downstream and upstream sector in the oil and gas industry, and there's already an ongoing process to tidy up that critical sector. President Tinubu says it's incumbent on all stakeholders in the sector to hold their peace, and he believes the threat of a nationwide strike by the Nigeria Labour Congress is premature, but urged them to rather do fact-finding into issues in the downstream and upstream sector. Remember that the acting governor of the CBN yesterday did say President Tinubu has approved drastic measures that will immediately reverse the current momentum in the foreign exchange market. He added that President Tinubu is concerned about the developments in the foreign exchange and its impact on ordinary Nigerians, saying that the president is seeking to improve the liquidity in the market with the new measures that will be rolled out by the country's apex